Hello everyone, I hope we are really enjoying the month of November, and I hope we're doing all that we can to help the holy souls in purgatory, right? And I hope that whatever we're doing now is not going to just end now, but that we have plans to extend whatever help we're rendering to the holy souls in purgatory beyond now. I know that purgatory, to be honest, is one of the more difficult concepts of the Catholic Church to understand. In fact, I would say that after the teaching on our Blessed Virgin Mary and maybe the Real Presence, that the next hardest, teaching about the Catholic Church, especially for our separated brethren, is the concept of purgatory. And even for a lot of Catholics, they, truly don't understand purgatory, and they rather, walk on eggshell around that topic. But unfortunately, as Catholics, we need to understand that purgatory is not one of those ones that we can choose to believe or not to believe, act or not to act. Purgatory is right in the center of our faith, and praying for the holy souls in purgatory is one of the expected acts of charity that we must do if we're really planning to go to heaven. Remember when our Lord said that on that day he's going to have the sheep and the goat, and then he's going to say to the sheep, those on his right hand, he's going to tell them, I was hungry, you gave me to eat, I was thirsty, you gave me to drink, I was naked, you clothed me. And they'll say, when did we see you do all that? And he said, whatever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me. And then to the guys on his left, he's going to tell them, I was hungry, you didn't feed me, and all the rest. Now, when he says to the least of my brothers, can you imagine anybody that is, quote and unquote, more least than the one who is unable to help himself? That's the souls in purgatory. The moment they step out of time, which is our existence on earth, and step into eternity, they cannot help themselves. Meanwhile, the moment they step out of time and they step into eternity, the true nature of who they are, which is the image and likeness of God, shows forth. And then they see God. And because man was created in the image and likeness of God, and created for no other purpose than to know God, to love God, and to serve God, the moment man sees God in all his glory, man desires God exceedingly. So you step out, you behold him, you want to be with him, but for some reasons, for some restraints, for some imperfections, for some this and that, you're unable to enter into eternity with him. You have to go to that place of purification. So the chief torture of the holy souls in purgatory is the inability to see God, the inability to be with God, because in that state of purification, they are not in union with God. They are not united to God. They are in a state of eager longing. There is nothing more, how do I put it? There is nothing more painful as one who desires something so desperately and cannot have it. What else does it mean to be the least? The least means that you are incapable of helping yourself. You're incapable of getting that which you desire. You're incapable of doing anything for yourself. That's the source important to say, whatever you do to the least of my brethren, that you do to me. And that's what he's going to tell those on his right hand. Come into my kingdom because you helped. You did this for me. You did this for the least of my brethren. If you read this book, Read Me and Rue It, the story of a particular bishop who, was a Dominican, I think there was a Dominican convent, and they knew a particular person, very pious, very holy. The guy was so good that when he died, everyone just presumed that he had gone to heaven because of how holy he was. Of course, they all prayed for him, they offered masses for him and all the rest, being a friend of the family, right? Now, the bishop was quite surprised when, after a while, he saw this guy appear to him in excruciating pains. And like, you're so holy. What are you doing here? Why are you in pains? Why are you still in purgatory? And the other man said, yes, yeah, I was holy, and all the rest. But when I was on earth, I did not pray for the souls in purgatory. So all the offerings sufferings and, mercies and everything that have been said for me are going to be used to deliver the souls I should have delivered had I been praying for them, had I been doing what I ought to do for them. So I have to wait until all those souls that I should have prayed for, all those souls I should have delivered, go up before I go. But God in His infinite mercy will still restore me to the status, that I had merited by my works on earth, but I have to wait until Lord of Lords. Imagine, who would want the reason you've done everything? Who would want the reason for their restraint, for their inability to have that union that they are so long for with God, to be the fact that they neglected to help the least of their brethren on earth? Think about it. Think about it. Turn our response unto them, O Lord, and let your perpetual light shine upon them. May their souls rest in peace. Amen.